It was one small step across a slab of concrete, but for many people on the Korean Peninsula, the gesture raised hopes of the ROK and DPRK reuniting as one nation. The two sides marched under what is called the Unification Flag during February's Winter Olympics. South Korea's cabinet ministry in charge of DPRK affairs is the Ministry of Unification. But a younger generation of South Koreans are questioning whether unification is a desirable or realistic goal.
It's more complicated than finding a lost family because it has more implications economically, politically as well. Especially because now I have to, when I graduate, I have to work, and that means I have to pay taxes and everything. So yeah, it's a burden. I would like to see it happen, but it's also a burden.
A survey last year by the Korea Institute for National Unification shows that 6 in 10 South Koreans have a positive outlook on unification. But the same poll shows only 20% of individuals under 30 years old share the positive sentiment.
At first, it's not going to be from fairy tale books. It's not going to be a happy ending when we suddenly unify together, because we have so many variables that is withstanding from our way between complete unification and total happiness in the Korean Peninsula, because there's infrastructures to be built in North Korea and there's the security issue.
South and North share a common language and history, but much has changed over the past 7 decades. Many youngsters are dubious about a shared heritage as a reason to unify.
Prior to recent developments, I think unification was based around emotions. I think that in the entire world, our country is the only divided country in the world. Even Vietnam and Germany came together united. Why? So we should also unite.
You know, sometimes media tells us it probably isn't the best idea, and sometimes we feel like we have the obligation as South Koreans to pursue unification. So I think no one shares the same idea about unification. It's just we still have to discuss what we as a younger generation want out of unification.
The leaders of the two sides signed what is known as the Panmunjom Declaration last April. Article 1 of the declaration states that both sides will bring forward a future of co-prosperity and unification. But despite any divergent views on unification, nearly all agree it must be achieved, if at all, peacefully. Shane Hom, CGTN, Seoul.